Hey, Ando again from Happy Life Martial Arts. And look who's back. Sifu Randy from Randy Brown Mantis Boxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You have your black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now, is that right?
Correct.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
And he's been kind enough to bring along Coach Holly, a black belt in Mantis Boxing and also a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'll tell you something, Sifu. I'm glad to have you back. Don't get me wrong. But really, I'd rather talk to Holly. Is that okay? Coach Holly. Typically, in most martial arts schools, you find kind of fewer females than males. Have you found that to be true?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm curious, from a female standpoint, what takedown, if you had to pick one as your go-to against a bigger, stronger person, whether it's a woman or a man, which takedown do you find is like your go-to move?
All right, that's a good question, because if I'm using it on somebody that's bigger than me, I'm not going to do anything that's going to require added strength from me. So I'd rather just unbalance them.
Okay.
So I would do the scissor clip.
Scissor clip.
Now I understand that the scissor clip is a move that can't be done in competition because people get hurt. But while we're in the classroom, we don't want to break our partners, so I typically will do the move if there's too much resistance or I think that my partner's going to get hurt, then I just stop.
So this is your warning before anybody watching this tries this. You're saying it's your responsibility as the person taking someone down to make sure your partner's okay.
Exactly.
And if you feel your partner, if you start, what's your favorite setup for this? How do you usually find it?
I go into the clinch.
Okay.
So I have you clipped here.
Yep.
And then I have your arm here. So I'm going to switch my feet, come back, and I'm going to hook the neck on the other side. And I'm going to take his arm here so I can protect myself in case he wants to throw a knee. Or he's going to come in and throw a knee at me. His arm's in the way and he can't hit me with his knee. So I'm going to step back. You want me to go through the
Sure.
And I'm going to bring my leg right up to the hip here. So when I do that, I'm pulling his head down as soon as I jump up so I can get him unbalanced. I'm going to bring my other leg back, brings him down. I usually will come around over to the other side, grab his arm, and I will do the key lock, which is another one of my favorite moves.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, so we're going to go down. Okay. Okay, now you're going at the hip and at the knee.
At the knee. So I have one, this leg comes up into the hip here.
Yep.
On the front.
To fold that way.
Yep.
And then
so
blocking
then my
that
other
back.
leg is going to come in the back.
Right. Hey, is that kind of like a fancy mantis type position? Is that in any of your forms?
No.
What? Sifu! All right. I was hoping.
Told me I wasn't welcome.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Pipe down. So where do you think the biggest risk here? Because I noticed, like, as I'm going down, clearly, like, my knee could be in jeopardy, and I think that's what most people talk about. But also, like, you have that nice hook on my head, so I could imagine that also as I'm falling, if you're not careful with me, I could smack my head on the ground. If
Well,
I'm not
I
moving.
actually think that's a little safer for you because I think that if I'm not holding you here, you're going to fall more flat when you land. But when you're in this position, you're going to come down and you can just roll into it rather than fall flat.
You're kind of cradling my head, so you have more control over it.
I'm going to let you go eventually. I'm not going to hold you the whole way, but.
Right. You could probably grab my hair and do the same move and slam my head if
your
you wanted to.
Exactly.
So rather than that,
Do
keep
you
it
want to
soft.
try that?
Maybe Sifu could come back and you can show me on him. That would be cool. Now, have you ever injured someone with this move?
No.
No. Has anyone ever injured you with this move?
No.
Right. But still, if you're practicing in kind of a friendly class setting, you are still thinking about self-defense, even though these are your training partners and you're being friendly. This is more of a, you would think more of a self-defense move.
Use that for self-defense, for sure. And I think that even if I had to abort that, I would still be in a safer position than I would had I decided I was going to come down into this. Now I'm stuck.
Right.
I'm stuck
Right
on
into
you,
a
and
wall
I'm stuck
here.
with you, and I don't want to do that.
Right, I get the cross face, I kind of sprawl out here, and now you're just stuck in front of me.
Yeah. Or I could run the back, but I prefer this as a clip.
Great, and probably because if people aren't practicing this move much because it's illegal.
Right.
It's probably going to become more of a surprise move nowadays. You think, where'd you do that? Where'd you get that?
Well, that would be good.
So that's a good advantage, yeah. So
An added extra.
it becomes a secret move again. Well, I think that's pretty helpful. Is there any last second thoughts you want to add on about this technique? Anything else we didn't get to cover?
I have one more tip about the scissor clip and a safety tip. So when you're practicing with your partner, you know that you're being safe and nobody's going to get hurt. So when you're doing the scissor clip and I bring this leg up, I need to make sure that this leg is in the crease of the hip here. And then my other leg, when it comes down in the back, you want to hold that up
Sure.
for a minute. Hopefully I'm not too heavy for you.
I got you.
This one's coming behind the bend of the legs. And I'm pushing with pressure here to get them to fall back. Now, if I go to pull this off and for whatever reason I lose my grip or I'm falling and I can't hold them up anymore and I get too low,
Crikey!
he fell down already, but this pressure that I put on the front of his knees can hurt his knee and dislocate. So
I thought we said we weren't going to the ground on this.
we weren't supposed to.
Pretty sure we said we were going to talk about it.
We were.
Yeah, you can feel that that's dangerous right away. It's your whole body rotation, and it's just, I have nowhere to go.
Yes,
So-
and it could hurt your knees, so what you need to do is just get rid of that move when you do come in. And so if I do come in and I can't pull that off, oh, and he does come down and throw me down, I can just switch my move. I don't even have to do the takedown, but if he stands up, I can always switch, go to the back, or find some other route. So you want to make sure you're keeping
Yes,
your
ma'am.
partner safe.
Yes, ma'am. So stay off the knees.
Stay off the knees.
All right, and I noticed that you went right into a follow-up. You're not just, I've seen some people kind of do these kinds of throws, and they just kind of lay down, they let the person fly, and then they just kind of get up like everything's okay. But you're already thinking about sticking to them in that transition to make sure you're getting up okay.
Yeah, I got in that position and I don't want to let it go, so.
Right, okay, so always think ahead when you're taking someone down. It's not just the takedown, the fight's not over. You want to maintain that control as long as you can until you feel safe to extract and get out of there. Is that fair?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, Holly, it was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
I don't know about that guy who drove you here, your chauffeur. I have a little problem with him. Please don't forget to check out Randy Brown Mantis Boxing. He's got a great YouTube channel. You should check that out. And if you like this video, thanks for sharing with your friends. Until next time, keep scissoring and keep fighting for a happy life.
Keep clipping.
Keep clipping.